investigation.
Well, Erica, this all started because last week, 6 Democratic lawmakers, including Senator Mark Kelly, they posted a video on X urging service members to remember that they have a duty to disobey unlawful orders. And what these lawmakers said in the video is, quote, "Threats to our Constitution are coming from right here at home." And they repeatedly urged both the military and the intelligence community to refuse illegal orders. And they said, quote, "No one has to carry out orders that violate the law or our Constitution." And they said, "Know that we have your back. Don't give up the ship." Now, this infuriated President Donald Trump, who repeatedly posted about it on Truth Social, calling those lawmakers seditious and treasonous and traitors. Now we are seeing that after President Trump told Fox last week that Secretary Hegseth was looking into this, the Department of Defense has now announced that it's going to be investigating Senator Mark Kelly, the only one of those veterans in that video who can be subject to the Uniform Code of Military Justice at this point, because he is the only one of them that is currently retired, and that all options remain on the table as the investigation progresses, including the possibility that he is recalled to active duty military service to face a court-martial, Erica.
And so in terms of Senator Kelly, he's now responded. What does he say?
Well, he is pretty defiant, and he does not seem deterred by this. In a statement on X, it was very lengthy, detailing his very extensive military service and career. He said, quote, "If this is meant to intimidate me and other members of Congress from doing our jobs and holding this administration accountable, it won't work. I've given too much to this country to be silenced by bullies who care more about their own power than protecting the Constitution." Now, it's worth noting that any attempt to court-martial him could run into significant obstacles. His lawyer would probably raise issues related to undue command influence, given that Secretary Hegseth and President Donald Trump have weighed in directly on this multiple times, urging these lawmakers to face some kind of consequences. So it's unclear if it's actually going to get to this point, but it's certainly a message being sent to any retired senior officer that this kind of language is not going to be tolerated by the department, and they could be subject to an investigation. Erica?
We know you'll keep us posted on any other developments. Taja, I appreciate it. Thank you. Also joining us this hour, former Marine fighter pilot Amy McGrath, who's running as a Democrat for a U.S. Senate seat in Kentucky. It's good to have you with us this hour. I'm just curious, your thoughts as we look at where things stand and the news that the Pentagon is investigating Senator Kelly for asking troops to defy illegal orders.
Well, the whole thing is ludicrous. Nothing Senator Kelly or any of the others who posted that video, nothing that they said was inflammatory. And the American public watching this needs to know that our military has not only, the military leaders have not only the right, but a duty to not follow through with any illegal order. This is long-standing tradition, right? And military officers are taught this at the lowest level. It comes down to this: Donald Trump does not own the military. The military's oath is to the Constitution. We don't take an oath to a political party or to one man. And, you know, unfortunately, Donald Trump is still learning this, in my belief.
You call this ludicrous. Secretary Hegseth, in criticizing Senator Kelly and the 5 other Democrats who are in that video, he said that this, quote, sows doubt and confusion. Yesterday, Senator Elizabeth Slotkin, who's also, of course, in that video, she said she was not, in her words, not aware of any illegal orders that had been issued by the president. Do you believe the video itself, as a former Marine, the video itself was appropriate?
It's a yes, because look, members of Congress, the military is not just responsible to the commander-in-chief, but also to Congress. And a member of Congress criticizing the president, or in this case, simply reminding military leaders of their oath, is 100% within the bounds of free speech, 100% within the bounds of the congressional oversight, you know, and they're allowed to do this. It's not against the law to state what the actual law is. So the whole thing is ludicrous to try to bring Senator Kelly back in and court-martial him. I mean, to say that he, as a distinguished veteran, and he's not just any veteran, he's a combat pilot. He is somebody who's flown 4 space shuttle missions. And, you know, Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth trying to silence any criticism of what appears to be illegal strikes in the Caribbean. I mean, that's what they're doing right now. And they're threatening the power of the federal government against anyone who criticizes. And this is dangerous. So in my belief, if the administration's intent here was to use these threats against Senator Kelly to silence critics of their policies and to silence, former officers in the military from speaking out, the administration is going to fail here in a big way.
We're going to continue to watch for those developments, but I did want to get your take on another story. I know you have been outspoken about your concerns when it comes to a change in federal student loans. This is part of the president's signature tax law, which would redefine which degrees are considered, quote, professional. And by doing that, for folks who aren't familiar with it, it would then cap the federal loans available to certain degrees that are being pursued as non-professional. It would cap those federal loans at $20,500 annually, a limit of $100,000 for the entire degree. What's remarkable is some of the degrees that would fall under that category, including nursing, would no longer be considered professional. The president of the American Nurses Association was on CNN earlier today and warned of the devastating impact that this rule could have. I just want to play a little bit of what she had to say.
We're in a nursing shortage. This is going to continue to drive not enough faculty to teach the future nurses. This is going to have a devastating effect for everyone trying to get healthcare services.
She talks about the nursing shortage, but also the impact on patients. Is she right, or is that an overstatement of the potential issue?
Well, it's not an overstatement at all. I think, first of all, we need these professions, especially in my state of Kentucky. Right now, Kentucky is already facing dangerous shortages of nursing and health practitioners in our state. We have over 3/4 of our counties are considered, health professional shortage areas, and that means we need more. And so doing this, downgrading these professional programs like nursing, makes it more difficult to get loans to complete these degrees in those fields. And that's going to make it so harder for people to want to go into these positions. And at the end of the day, it's not just hurting nurses, you're hurting patients. Because you want the highest quality, best educated people, in our healthcare system. And at the end of the day, though, can someone explain to me how a theologian is considered more professional than a nurse practitioner or somebody with a major advanced degree in nursing? It's just ridiculous.
That's one of the degrees. Theology is one of the degrees, to your point, in medicine, but not that are considered professional. But to your point, a physician's assistant, a number of other degrees, including nursing as well, would not be. We will continue to watch those developments as well. Amy McGrath, thanks for your time. Still ahead here, what current and former officials are telling CNN about the woman now leading their agency, a woman once dubbed the Terminator. Stay with us.